Alright, y'all, this is the last part, and in this part, I had realized that Gypsy was playing around, and obviously she gave the screenshots to Bree, and I'm gonna walk you through me processing what actually happened and who Gypsy is. And I'll give you guys a recap of my thoughts about trying to ban creators from speaking about her after. So everybody's been asking me the tea about Gypsy Rose, and I'm getting ready to give it to you. A follower of mine sent me a video of Gypsy Rose, and I couldn't open it on February 6th. At that point, I realized Gypsy Rose blocked me. March 3rd, Gypsy Rose showed up on my FYP. Initially, I thought it was a spam page, but I noticed it said Gypsy Rose Blanchard 727. I was like, that looks familiar. I clicked on it, and I saw that it was a real Gypsy Rose. That was when I realized that she unblocked me. So I posted this video because I thought it was really funny that she showed up on my FYP. I felt like TikTok was being very petty. It was like, she unblocked you, and we're gonna make sure you know. Monday, March 11th, Gypsy Rose entered my live. She was on my live for quite some time. I didn't notice it, but a lot of my viewers said, oh my gosh, Gypsy Rose is in your live. When I got off the internet, everybody sent me this screenshot. After the series of events that have happened this week, I feel like she was trying to read the room. She was trying to see what I would say or if I'd be open to her messaging me. Wednesday, March 13th, I received this message from Gypsy Rose, and you could read as follows. Now, I will admit, I thought Gypsy Rose might have reached out to me because she was trying to turn over a new leaf in her life. I knew it was a possibility and more of a likelihood of her not wanting to change, but I decided to give her the benefit of the doubt, so I heard her out. I was persistent in telling my followers and Gypsy I did not trust her, but if she really wanted to change, her actions would speak louder than her words, and only time would tell if she really wanted to be accountable. On Thursday, March 14th, Gypsy Rose sent me this message, a day after she began sending me messages. In here, it says, basically, that Christy does not want her really talking about the restraining order, but she already told Christy that she was speaking to me and that I knew, and she was on the phone with Christy, and she told her to hold back. She said, I told her, I am talking to you. And I said to her, I meant to ask you that, which is why I didn't say it. She then says, this is so you know I'm telling the truth. For your eyes only, it's from Mike Stanfield. At this point, I said, I'm going to mind my business. I'm not going to get caught up in that. I'll let them talk about that when they decide they want to talk about that. I wanted to make sure that I maintained my integrity, and I was going to keep it on the hush. Now, if you remember, in the beginning, Gypsy Rose said to me to not share the screenshots, but she shared them with Bree. And I asked her, why did she think it was okay to share it with Bree, but I could not share the screenshots? And this is where the message began. This is where I sent her a screenshot of what Bree posted, and I asked her, is this true? Because I wasn't sure if that was really a true text from Gypsy or if Bree was just fabricating it. She says, yes, it's true. I said, why did they not make you delete all social media? She says, no, it's all public socials. I said, okay, I get it. She puts, unfortunately, right or wrong, if someone reports me for any reason, my parole officer has to call me and talk to me about it. I showed him our text messages, and he saw that I was not trying to pass messages through you. However, to appease him and Missouri as well, I had to delete it. I didn't even get a chance to collect a $6,000 that I accumulated in the TikTok Creator Fund. So I asked her to clarify, so was this your decision to delete it? Here she says, it was advised to delete it, and I listened because above all else, social media is not worth me going back to prison. I think my last video was done with grace, and I'm happy that I could walk away, knowing that I said my piece. And I said, yes, I think that's the best way. That's the best. It was an excellent last video. And I said, question, why would you ask me not to share the screenshots, but you shared them with Bree? Full transparency, my followers were right. Gypsy began to change, which we knew that she'd show her hand if she was really lying. And she did. So yes, I gave her the benefit of the doubt when she didn't deserve it. And that's my fault. But she showed her hand and I was able to see it. I genuinely love to see people change and do better in life. Now, I know most of the time people won't change, but to give them a little inspiration, I like to give the benefit of the doubt. So was it me being foolish? Yeah, likely. This is Bree and Christy Blanchard. Like I said in a previous video, they've met fairly recently, about a month ago, and had dinner together. Allegedly, Bree stopped her in public, and somehow they built some sort of relationship. Now, that is not confirmed, This is what I've heard. And I've said previously in a video that I thought that Bree and Christy Blanchard blew the whistle on Gypsy Rose, because I do know Christy does not have a great relationship with Gypsy, and she tries to make it seem like they do. And of course, this is all alleged based off of what I have seen. But then I seen this screenshot that a friend of mine sent from a Reddit post. And this is a woman that reported Gypsy Rose to her parole officer via email. And you can read below. The person says, using a creator on TikTok who has 9.5 thousand followers. That was me, because at the time that this was sent, I had 9.5 thousand followers. I did not send messages. This lady assumed that. For whatever reason, we might as well put the trampoline right here for her. But that was not the case. I would never jeopardize my integrity or anything for Gypsy or Nick. Yes, I feel like Nick should get justice, but why would I help Gypsy Rose get in contact with Nick? I don't know. Now, this is the parole officer or the parole board responding back to the woman. I guess her name may be Allison, but it says to me, I don't know. But this is the response. This was the chain of events that happened over the last week, and this is what led to everything. Now, I'm going to be very honest with you guys. Was I the fool for possibly thinking Gypsy Rose would change? Yes, because she has shown us she's always been a liar and a manipulator, and that will never change, because she did share this with Bree when she asked me not to share it with anyone. So obviously, it was for her to manipulate the situation. However, this is what happened, and I wanted to be honest with all of you and let you know what transpired, because everybody's been asking, can you give me a crash course on what's happened? Now, you can watch my other videos and see what happened during these videos, but this is the crash course on what took place this week. I hope you guys have a great night, and to all of my supporters who have supported me all through this and have had kind words and said great things and let me know that they support me, and they knew that I was really just being genuine and authentic and never had any malicious intent, but that was manipulated. So I just wanted to let you guys know that you guys were right after all, and you'll never see me give another criminal the benefit of the doubt. Bye-bye for now. Where I think I really went wrong is that I thought that she was reaching out to change the narrative, but because she was really trying to change, I thought it was a possibility. Now, did I think like 100%? Did I even think 50%? No, I thought maybe 20%. And yes, that may have been on my part for being naive or even thinking that she would have based on her track record, right? But I always believe that if one person believes that you can change, you may actually change, right? And I may be wrong, but that's what I thought. The real issue that people really aren't understanding is that she used me to send messages in a subtle way to Nick, and I didn't realize that. So that was my fault for being foolish, okay? Now, she was telling me how she felt like Nick should have his fair day in court, and I said that in my messages. Now, she said she didn't want me to share the screenshots, but I could discuss everything in the messages, right? I realized when she told me that the fancy situation wasn't public knowledge, she likely did not want it to be out there, which is why I did not even speak on that part. However, she shared the messages with Bree. Like I said before, she said, you can discuss the things in this message, I just don't want you to post the screenshots. Nick does have an appeal, and likely this is going to go all the way up to the top, because on a local level, they're not going to want to have this go anywhere, right? Because they would have to be accountable for the mistakes that they made on a local level. So this is going to have to go to the Supreme Court. Now, Gypsy wanted to send these messages because she wanted to try once again to manipulate Nick. Now, that's just my opinion, but based off of what she sent me and seeing what her motives are now and knowing her track record, it all makes sense. And I'm going to stand firm on that. Yes, was I foolish? Absolutely. Could I have done things differently? Absolutely. And I'm willing to take credit. I'm willing to take my part in that. And I've learned a lesson. And that's all I can say. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye-bye for now. All right, y'all. So I made this 3-part series for people to really understand the dynamics between Gypsy Rose and I and what really took place, because I think a lot of people have it confused. And them trying to ban creators from speaking on Gypsy, to me, it's them not giving her any accountability. Like I said before, all anyone really wanted was for her to take accountability for her actions. And that was what I was trying to prompt her to do. And I'm not saying I wasn't trying to coerce her into doing it. I wanted her to genuinely want to be accountable and realize, like, okay, there is a road to redemption, but these are the steps that it takes. Obviously, she did that video on a whim, trying to just get it done, and it wasn't genuine. And like I said in those videos, I said to her, if you're really a changed person, we will be able to see that. I love a good redemption story. I believe people can change for the better, but only if they want to. And I feel as though Gypsy's behavior has shown us that she doesn't want to. And she doesn't ever want to be accountable. She just wants to constantly be the victim. And for someone to say that we are on here bullying her when she ultimately bullied her mom and used and manipulated Nicholas GODEJOHN, used and manipulated Ryan Anderson, and she just has this trend of doing this, it makes me sad that someone is trying to defend someone like her. And let's not mention the fact that, you know, she had me fired from my job. Her and Bree made these racist pages and hate pages, and they still have lots of them out there. And, you know, I'm not trying to sign a petition for them to stop. Like, I am saying, okay, Parole, y'all need to do something about this. But at the end of the day, life still goes on, you know? And honestly, them making hate pages, like, I don't really care about that because life goes on. There's always going to be someone speaking about you. There's always going to have someone saying something about you. So it's, like, honestly fine to me. But I took a lot of flack for Gypsy. And you can see that in these videos, is that a lot of people were really upset with me. I lost a lot of followers saying, like, let's just see if she changes. And it wasn't that I was on the Gypsy train. I felt like, you know, if we're saying for her to take accountability, if she's willing to take accountability, let's see where it goes. And obviously it went where we all thought it would go. But I do feel bad because I know that my followers and subscribers were all just worried because of how manipulative she is. And I didn't realize how manipulative she is, or is, until this interaction. And so I get it. And I really feel bad that I was kind of like irritated with people, because I felt like, you know, I'm a smart person. I'm just paying attention. I'm, you know, like, I can shift through stuff. I'm very intuitive. And that's why I was kind of like, let's see what she does. But I mean, I'm not really trusting her. But I did take a lot of flack. And so for her to say I'm bullying her, when I took a lot of flack, I was waking up to like major hate messages, emails, like crazy stuff. And I didn't really complain about it because I wanted to do what was right, and give her a fair chance. And so for someone to say that I'm bullying her, it kind of really irritates me when I know that she is a terrible person. But I hope you guys were able to catch up on these videos, and so you have a better idea of what transpired. Because those of you that don't really know me, or haven't been following me, or haven't been subscribed to me that long, you don't really know me as a person, and you haven't been able to watch me in action. But I think this will give you a little bit of insight into who I am and why I stand for Nicholas GODEJOHN and why I feel like he was done so wrong. But I hope you guys have a great evening. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.